up from my window. Sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also, welcome if you are new. I wanted to start off today's video with a huge thank you to all of you guys for your sweet messages and comments and all the thoughts and prayers and well wishes. A lot of you guys, if you're regulars on my channel, know last week was a very hard week for me and my family. And I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. I know a lot of you guys thought I should take some time off, and trust me, I have definitely took a good couple days just to myself. But I know personally I do best when I'm staying busy. So that is what we are doing. And today we are going to get a bunch of stuff done in this cleaning video. The beginning of this video was actually filmed Tuesday before my appointment, just trying to stay busy, and I was really excited about this day and I wanted to pass the time as quickly as possible, and I figured cleaning up the house was the best way to do that. So that's going to be the start of this video, and then you'll see later on, which was a good 4 days later, I actually did some refreshing in our bedroom, took a bunch of opinions you guys had about updating and changing some things in there, and you guys get to see that today.
Shut the lights, go infrared. Oh, we can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day.
So I know a lot of people have been wondering and asking about our quail babies, and I wanted to let you guys know, if you do have Instagram, follow me over there. They should be hatching this week. They usually hatch around day 18, which would technically be Friday, but they can hatch earlier or later. So we're expecting somewhere between Thursday and Saturday to start seeing little quail babies popping up. Super excited. The kids are super excited to see them all hatch. We actually had a lot of fun the other day candling our eggs to see which ones were fertile, which ones just weren't, because you really don't know if an egg is fertile till it starts developing in an incubator. So out of the 24 eggs that I got, 5 of them were not fertile. They weren't developing at all. So those eggs got to go outside, be little snacks for raccoons or snakes or whatever. Oh, I wanted to show, this is my island. I feel like often you guys don't see what I am cleaning. So my island is the one area that it looks like this daily. And that's just because the kids like to put their feet up and everything. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a close-up. But like I was saying, 5 out of the 24 eggs were not fertile, so we set those outside for some little snack for animals outside. But that means we have 19 eggs that will still possibly hatch. I say possibly because just because they're fertile doesn't mean they'll actually make it and fully hatch, but we are hopeful and super excited about it all.
All because of you. It'll be clearer in a second. All because of you. All because of you. Now I've got peace of mind, 'cause I'm leaving you behind. I don't know about you. You were just a waste of time, but I'm gonna be just fine. I don't know about you, and it's all because of you. Did you think I'd forget it all because of you? It'll be clearer in a second, all because of you. All because of you.
I need to get more of this cleaner. I love using Barkeeper's Friend in my sink or on my stove or anything like that. And this was the last of it. I still haven't ordered more, and I need to get some more because I really, really do love this stuff. I also wanted to quickly say I have had to block a couple people this week, which I don't normally do. I usually let things slide and just don't block people. But I'm going to give anyone a heads up. If you want to leave a comment that you think might come off wrong in this situation going on right now, don't leave it, because I'm not hesitating to block people, and you may not mean something to be upsetting, but for my own mental health, I am not taking any chances, and if your opinion is upsetting, I am just blocking you. So just a little bit of a heads up. I don't normally do that. I'm normally like, whatever, let roll off my back. But in this situation, I am being a little bit more strict, and I think I have the right to be. Cleaning off all the appliances. I'm just using my Thieves Cleaner. You guys know I absolutely love my Thieves Cleaner. Also, I know I totally failed last week of updating my Amazon store, so I will be updating that. Brain fog. You guys get it. I don't need to go into detail, nor do I want to go into detail. So, yes, I will be updating my Amazon store. I just know it's going to be a couple hours to be able to update everything, and I just need to get to it. But I will be doing that. Hopefully, actually, maybe tomorrow I can get in and just really go through and update everything. Now, you guys know I love anything in my house that makes cleaning easier and faster. I don't love to clean, but I love having a clean home. Mentally, I always feel a lot better when the house is clean, and I just don't feel as stressed or overwhelmed or anything like that, but I don't love cleaning. So I love these mop vacuums, especially if you have pets. These are amazing. Now, I don't think they make up 100% for a good mop and vacuum, but they work really, really well. Oh, I also loved this. Freya went and got her little play Dyson while I was cleaning. I thought it was the cutest thing. But yeah, if you have been thinking about getting one of these and you're just not sure if it's really worth it, 100% it is totally worth it. This and a robot vacuum, like I said, especially if you have pets or even if you just have kids, make life so much easier. Especially my robot vacuum. I use it at night all the time when I'm just trying to quickly clean up everything after dinner and kids' toys and stuff before bed. And I don't really want to vacuum and mop and do all the things. I just turn on my robot vacuum and it works perfectly. So if you want to be a lazy cleaner like I am, but still efficient and keeping a clean home, these are two cleaning products that I highly recommend to make your job easier, but also give you that clear peace of mind, clear head with having a clean home. Because I know when my house is a mess, it's kind of a good state of my mental health and can cause my mental health to go kind of spiral if it goes out of control.
Grip and hold on tight. Keep on trying. Break your chains off. It was obvious, help you now. Turn the lights on. I'll be there when you're coming back to the world.
I did want to do a little close-up of the quail eggs. This was before we candled them, so there's still all 24 in there. But like I said, we had recently took out 5 of them. And I'm just tidying up the dining room. We have coloring stuff out from Freya. Just a little bit of everything. The kids are actually on spring break this week, which is actually really nice with the time change and everything to have them on spring break so that we can slowly adjust to everything. But it definitely means the house gets a lot crazier to keep up with everyone. It's not even so much the extra mess, but the extra responsibility of the boys home and just more food to make and more people to take care of and all the things when they're normally at school. But yeah, curious, when is your guys' spring break? Ours, like I said, is this week. So we are enjoying the week as a family this week and then back to school just for a couple more months.
Break your chains off. Break your chains off. It was obvious, help you now. Turn the lights on. I'll be there when you're coming back to the world. To the world. Oh, break your chains off. Break your chains.
So I will say one thing I have heard about these vacuums is people mentioning that they do have a smell to them even after doing the self-clean. I will say, one, if you leave the dirty water in there, it will reek. It doesn't take long for that to stink. But the other thing I like to do is just clean off the brush every single time, because it is something that if you do leave it, it can have an odor that starts, just the stale odor and everything. So I do the self-clean, but then I do also just clean off that brush as well. All right, and like I said, this is a good couple of days later. I asked a couple of videos back about little tweaks I can make to our bedroom just to make it more cohesive and make it a little bit warmer. Just still trying to figure out the exact style of certain rooms in this house. Sometimes I take a little bit longer because I don't like to rush into things. I like to kind of figure it out. So we recently changed the rug. I love the darker rug. But a couple of you guys, I asked if I should paint this wall behind the bed black or just go with darker curtains. And the majority of people did say go with the darker curtains. So I bought some curtains, and I have to say already, I absolutely love them. And then I also had someone recommend taking the pillows that were in my front entry under my entry table and putting those on the bed. So you're going to see that as well. So I'm not actually getting rid of these curtains. I'm going to use these in the 4th bedroom. That bedroom is still planned for in the future at some point to hopefully be a nursery, and if not a nursery, an office. So these curtains I'm going to wash and then just put in that 4th bedroom, since there is a big window in there that we don't have curtains for yet. So I am saving these and repurposing them. Like I said, I just wanted something a little bit darker. I did also get 2 extra panels to go on this window. That way it fills the wall more. I felt like these just single panels felt sparse over here, and I would have loved to do it by the door as well on the other window, but with that door it just didn't really fit to be able to put any more curtains. But I definitely like that I was able to get 2 extra panels on this wall.
Shouldn't be the night I go home with anyone. I've been out walking on a rougher patch now, but I must say, living on the edge of things has been kind of fun. Look, there's a bruise right here, one or a few on there. Man, did you see me though? 'Cause I sure put on the show. I'm dancing on the
So I have started using, I've used the world's best glass cleaner for a while now, but as much as possible, as long as my rigs are clean, I've been using the glass cloth from, I can't think of the name of the company. The cloths that you're supposed to just use water with. I have been using the glass cloth, and I noticed that has made a big difference, just like polishing it and not having any of the lint and stuff left behind. So highly recommend. I think if you have honestly almost any glass cloth, it would make a big difference. I've been slowly going through the entire house, cleaning all the windows ever since the inspector came out for the windows. Now that we have those big stickers off, just trying to get each of the windows completely clean inside and outside. I still think these are the coolest windows, the idea that I can clean inside and outside of the top and bottom. I was so used to the old house where I could clean the outside of the bottom glass, but the top glass just kind of was what it was. You couldn't do anything, so I love that I can tilt both sections of these windows.
wanna break some things, alright. All of the cups are out of sight. You wanna drink 'cause I can buy. You're dancing on the table, so am I. Did you see me though? 'Cause I sure put on a show. I'm dancing on the tables and I got a taste for flipping out. I'm glancing at the haters and I know they wish they did the shit I did.
Now, with the power of editing, what you don't see here is in between cleaning these windows and then putting up the new curtains, I actually took a little bit of a break and had our robot vacuum come in just to get all under the bed and everywhere, and just make sure everything was all vacuumed up. Like I said, magic of editing, it looks like I literally went from cleaning my windows to putting up curtains, and that's definitely not how it went on this day. I probably took about an hour doing other stuff in the house and then came back to putting up these curtains. You will notice these curtains are a little bit shorter than I would usually like to go, which wasn't a big deal for behind the bed because you don't see it to the floor anyway. But on the side on the other side, you definitely do see it. I ended up doing that because that is exactly where Bailey likes to lay. And the old curtains, the bottom of them were getting so dirty. And there's really not much I can do. Bailey is our St. Bernard, so he's massive. And that's where he likes to lay. So I did get him a little bit shorter. Like I said, not normally my preference, but for our situation, it definitely works out better.
Don't you understand? We were made to fall in love. Give me what I
I was also really excited. You're going to see here in a bit. I got to use this steamer I got actually months back and forgot that I got it. I got them for the other curtains in the house and just lost track of time, never got to them. And after some time of the curtains hanging there, the creases just kind of relaxed on their own. But these curtains were really, really wrinkly, and I think a big part of it was just the fabric. These are blackout curtains with a little bit thicker of a fabric, so the wrinkles in them were just a lot more intense than my lighter, more flowy curtains. Definitely made a huge difference. I still don't think I'm ever going to be one of those people that are so picky that I'm going to like steam my sheets before I make my bed. But definitely for like curtains or brand new bedding that are super wrinkled, it works really well. But first actually I shouldn't say first. I went in and did my doors and stuff first, but I did them first because I had the steamer set to the side plugged in. That way it could get nice and hot. This door, as you can see, was like crazy dirty because this is where the dogs like to come in. So especially if this door is shut while they're outside, Freya sometimes shuts the door and then they can't let themselves back in. They'll just like nudge up against it and it gets super, super grody and dirty. So I wanted to just go in just using my regular multi-purpose cleaner of some Tide and some Pine Sol to get everything all cleaned off. I do also, if I ever have areas that are like a nick or a scuff or something, using the same mixture but with a magic eraser works awesome.
But if I were to let you go, if I would pack my bags and leave without you and be out there on my own, then I would fall into pieces, fall into pieces. Oh, 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 I would fall into pieces, fall into pieces. Oh, 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 I would fall into pieces, fall into pieces. So here we go again with silly arguments that always end up in a fight. But we can still pretend that this will never end. We just
So Bobby and I have been talking about things we want to do with the exterior of the house. Obviously, last year when we moved in, there was no way we were getting anything exterior-wise done on this house. There is way too much to do on the interior. But this year, I want to keep track of, like, I know mulch usually goes on sale this time of year and stuff like that to really just give the yard a more manicured look. I will say I have been super nervous, though, about painting the brick on the house. Like at one point I loved the idea of the white brick with the darker contrast trim and whatnot, but I also know once you make that jump, like there's really no going back. So him and I had talked about maybe just doing some garden work and living with that for a little while before jumping into that decision, because I know just really giving some good landscaping to your yard can make a huge difference all on its own. Plus, brick is just such a classic look that, like I said, I love painted brick. I see it all the time. It's something I absolutely adore, but I also know it's not something you can really come back from. You can, but it's going to be a lot of hard work and either time or money to get that back to its original state.
Train headed back to Indiana. The rain is forming into rivers outside, writing down all the things that I miss, and in the letters you take.
You can see here just from those two doors, now the one door is definitely the dirtiest door we had to deal with, how absolutely filthy that water was. So I'm definitely glad I went in and got that done, but I definitely needed to replace the water before moving on so that I wasn't cleaning areas with already dirty water.
Could be everything that we were chasing. station. There's something in the air that I can't play.
Alright, so going back to talk about my Amazon store, because I also know there's a couple things I have to put in there that I haven't put in yet. I'm curious, because I have them set up by section, and that's normally how you do it. So I had like home decor, cleaning products, things like that. A section for filming products that I use for people that wonder what I film with. But I'm curious, what are you guys actually looking for? Like, if I was going to just create specific subjects of different products, how would you guys want to see it? Like, what would be the easiest way? Would I just do the home decor and then put as much of home decor in there as possible? Or do you want it even more specific than that? Like Freya's bedroom, Xander and Bjorn's bedroom, master bedroom, kitchen, different areas. If I'm going to go in and completely revamp it and update it, I want it to be as user-friendly as possible and make it as easy for you guys to find what you're looking for as possible.
But now I know in my hometown, running free, it could be everything that we were chasing. I'm impatient just to see how you make everything fall into place. How you make everything fall into place.
Also, one thing you don't need to worry about is I don't usually put anything that has to do with like clothing, jewelry, makeup, stuff like that. Like, that is not what I'm an expert in, and that's not what I'm going to try and sell people. So I do try to keep it to just stuff that I have personally ordered and personally used in my storefront. So you're not going to see like gift guides and things like that, because like I said, unless I have actually bought it, and I have done that in the past where I've bought something for the kids that I really loved and wanted to tell you guys about. But if I have not actually used the product and bought it myself, I will not be putting it in. So I'll probably do an area that's just like favorite things for those random oddball things. But I want to keep it more designated around things that actually make sense. So like I said, cleaning supplies and home decor and different things of that nature, and obviously stuff that I have actually used in person and not just seeing reviews on Amazon for.
How it's itching under my own skin. It's getting real hard to breathe. I gotta move on right now. I feel the pressure. A force of habit to point at another mistake, but two wrongs don't make one right. I gotta pull it together before.
So this is a steamer I got. Like I said, I will link this in Amazon store once I have it all updated and everything. I really like this. It was a simple thing to use. I will let you guys know though, because it looks a lot simpler when I have this sped up 6 times the speed. So it's easy, but you have to definitely be patient with it. Like, it's not as quick as it seems. Once again, power of editing makes it look like each curtain was done within like 5 seconds. But I have this sped up a lot faster. That way it's just not boring and you guys can see how well it works. So definitely something that works well. And if you're like me and hate having to deal with an ironing board and iron and things like that, and you like to just like throw things in your washer and dryer just to get the wrinkles out because you don't want to deal with a iron and ironing board, this works really well. So like I said, this is, I think, more specific for things like curtains, or if you get new bedding or stuff like that, or if you're going on vacation and want to make sure that your nicer clothes aren't wrinkled when you get them out of your suitcase. This works really, really well. This is actually down to normal speed, so you can kind of see that I went back and forth a couple times, really slow to pull out some of these wrinkles. I did also notice that even if it didn't get all the wrinkles out at first, just getting that moisture into the curtains and then just letting them hang there. Gravity kind of did the rest of pulling out the rest of the wrinkles.
Feels like the first time. Feels like I've never been in love before. You got me falling. Oh, so deep. Oh, so deep. You're not a bad boy. And that's the problem, 'cause I'm going broke. Spent all my money. All on you. All on you. Listen up, I'm down tonight, but there's just one thing I need to wrap my head around. Yeah, I don't know if I can take another date in and up by myself, make a movie, it's time for you to step up. Yeah, it's now or never. Tonight better be the night that we'll remember until we're in.
The glare in this shot is insane. The sun coming through this window. I also had the windows open on this day because it was a little bit cooler. It was in the 60s, but I love that weather for like opening. Oh, and don't mind me opening a banana. Real life mom life here. But I love the like 60-degree weather and then opening all your windows just to let in all that fresh air. So when I started cleaning the windows, I didn't realize it was supposed to be a little bit cooler on this day. But the second I felt that breeze coming through, I knew I wanted to open up all the windows in the house and just let all that like stale air get out. We may not be in Wisconsin for the cold winters anymore, but we still often have the house closed up and the AC on just because of the heat here in Florida. And just being able to turn all that off and just let all that fresh air in always feels so nice. All right, so a couple other ideas that I plan on doing in this room eventually. I do like the way the newer curtains look. I definitely think it warms it up. And then once you see the bed pulled together, I think that made a huge difference as well, just changing out some of the pillows and things. But one thing I have been on the lookout for, I just haven't really found ones that, one, financially aren't crazy expensive, but two, also just kind of fit the style that I'm looking for. But I want like basically small dressers for end tables. There's so much room on the side of the bed that I definitely want to end up with bigger nightstands. Like I said, I'm just kind of keeping my eye open. I've seen some that I like, but are like $1,000 a piece, and definitely not planning on doing anything crazy like that. Or other ones that are more on the budget side, but they look more on the budget side. So I'm trying to play it smart. I've been keeping my eye on Facebook Marketplace and Wayfair and Amazon and all over the place to try and find the perfect end tables. And I think that in the end will make a huge difference in this bedroom as well. I already love the darker curtains and darker rug just to kind of warm up this room. It was very, very light and bright, which I usually really like, but it was a little too light and bright. Oh, and those are the pillows that one of you guys graciously said I should put in here that were on my entry table. These were actually on my bed at the old house, so I think it works perfect to pull in that like charcoal gray, not quite black curtains and the charcoal gray in the rug up into the bed area.
Smiling like that, I another chance. Loving you is all I wanted. I'm wide open for a love affair. Girl, when you're looking like that, closer, closer, I'ma get closer to you. Yeah, got me, baby, got me hooked on you once again. Damn, girl, I need you. How many times do I wanna hear? 'Cause we could be so good.
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and share it with a friend. Those just really, really help out my channel. If you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe. And then just once again, from the bottom of my heart, a big thank you to each and every one of you that have messaged me and commented and all the things. I know I didn't respond to a lot of the messages and comments, but just know I read every single one. And I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. But I'll see you next time. Bye!